linebacker. Odell Beckham.
My name is Chase Foster, and I play defensive line, and sometimes I play offense. And my favorite player is Jerry Rice.
My name is Keaton Van Horn, and I play DN and sometimes offensive tackle, and my favorite player is Jerry Rice.
My name is Armani, and my position is running back and linebacker. My favorite Hall of Famer is LeGarrette Blount.
My name is Ricari Jones, and I play middle linebacker. And my favorite Hall of Famer is Deion Sanders.
My name is Quincy Cooper.
I like my favorite football Hall of Famer is Barry Sanders. My name is Clayton Jackson, and I play defense and offensive lineman. And my favorite football player is Prime Time.
Coach Van Billens, SAMU, North Henry Tigers, defensive coordinator.
Coach Donnie Albert, head coach of the 7U North Henry Tigers.
I'm Miss Toya, the team mom for the North Henry Tigers 7U Orange Crushers. My favorite football player is Walter Payton.
Brandon Sheets, the water boy, North Henry Tigers. Keep the boys hydrated.
Wasn't it great meeting the North Henry Tigers from Georgia? Outstanding young individuals. Now let's meet the Vineland Bandits from New Jersey. And there are some great kids on their squad as well.
Charles.
What's your position?
Corner and running back. Running back. Eagle.
Your name?
Elwood.
What position is
QB and corner.
Who's your favorite player?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Your name, your favorite player? Your name, your position, your favorite.
What's your name?
Antonia.
What position do you play?
Running back and safety.
Who's your favorite player?
Antonia Brown.
What's your name?
J.D. Robinson.
And what is your position?
Wide receiver and defensive
Who's your
end.
favorite player?
Reggie Bush.
What's your name is?
David Robinson.
What position do you play?
Center.
Odell Beckham.
My name is Devin Austin. My favorite NFL player is Ezekiel Elliott, and my position is running back and outside linebacker.
My name is Jaden. My position is quarterback, and I play middle linebacker, and my favorite player is Odell Beckham.
My name is Nazir, and my favorite player is Julio Jones, and my position is running back.
My name is LeRon, and my favorite NFL player is Cox, and then my position is corner.
My name is Tommy Lee Prophet. My position is quarterback, running back, and nose guard. And my favorite NFL player is Odell Beckham.
My name is Ronnie. Just fill up I play lineman. My favorite NFL player is Antonio Brown.
My name is George, and my favorite NFL player is Ezekiel Elliott, and my position is linebacker.
CJ, and my position is tackle, and my favorite player is Odell Beckham.
taking a picture with that flash.
My name is Jalen, and my position is quarterback and corner, and my favorite NFL player is Kaepernick. I'm Cameron, and
What's your position?
Quarterback and right CA. Odell.
My name is Andre. My position is running back. My favorite player is Odell Beckham. My name is Tristan, and I play guard and tackle, and I like Ezekiel Elliott. My name is Chong, and I'm a linebacker, and my favorite player is Odell Beckham. My name is Kevin, and I play for front row nose guard, and my favorite football players are the Beckham.
Hi, my name is Jan, and I am center, and my favorite football player is Antonio.
My name is Brown. My position is and I like Odell Beckham. I'm Jacob, and
What's your position?
linebacker.
Who's your favorite NFL player?
Marshawn Lynch.
My name is Devontae, and I'm on defense.
What's your name?
My name is Devontae, I'm on defense, and I like Odell Beckham Jr.
What's your position?
Defense.
My name's Joshua. I play running back and corner. My favorite NFL player is Carlos Hyde.
I'm Akai, I7. I play corner, and my favorite player is Odell Beckham Jr.
My name is Cameron, and I play corner and running back, and my favorite player is Odell Jr. Beckham.
My name is Jaden, and I play offense and defense, and my favorite team is Antonio. The Way Parker, the Scion. I'll go with me.
Alfonso Brown, head coach, Vineland.
Ronald Pender, defensive coordinator, Vineland.
Colin Ross, defensive coach, Vineland.
Sandy Wenzel, team mom. Thank you.
Here are our game rules. 8-minute quarters always stands out, so the game will go quickly. 2 timeouts per half. The PAT is interesting. If you pass or kick it through, that's 2. If you run it in, it's only 1. And some other interesting facts about these squads.
Yeah, we're actually going to jump right into talking about how they got here, right? So this is a big process. It's a lot of teams. It's nationwide. We look at the record, the past record, the program history, playmakers, but the big one I think is character. We really want to make sure we've got the right kids here representing the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And teams can be nominated at youthfootballchampionship.com. So if you've got a team out there that you think deserves to come play here, give us a nomination.
It's interesting. Georgia's more workmanlike. They've come out here, they're not saying a whole lot. Business-like atmosphere. You look at Vineland, there they are running around the field, exuberant, the more emotional team.
Absolutely, they're having a lot of fun. Their fans over here to our left are having a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. These kids love to play football. At this age, it is pure joy. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch these guys go out here and battle. It's a huge field for little guys. It's going to be a blast.
They're 5, 6, and 7 years of age. And when I first saw them take to the camera, my first inclination is, these kids aren't shy. It used to be when you were that age, camera in front of you means run. With these guys, ham it up.
Absolutely. These guys are growing up in the age of the selfie, so they are used to it. They've got the cell phones. Their moms have cell phones. Their dads have cell phones. Everybody's taking pictures of them and videos all the time. They were naturals. It was great.
Should be a lot of fun. And then there's the squirrel, number 21 for those guys at Vineland. He could be special tonight, a running back.
The squirrel. Anytime you've got a really cool nickname like that, you know you're pretty good. I'm really excited to watch. I've heard about the squirrel for a couple weeks now from the regional championship, which is, I'm in the Philly area and these guys are from Jersey, so I've kind of heard the name, the rumblings. I'm excited to see what the squirrel can do against this Georgia football team.
Well, the squirrel is the Antonio Murray Cruz is his real name. Tonight's game is brought to you by our friends at Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. Well, we're ready to begin football, and as you can see, they're going to line them up, and I like this immediately at this age bracket. No kickoffs, looking at safety first.
It's a great move by youth football all around the nation, and I think it was a great decision. It eliminates a play that usually has a lot of contact and a lot of opportunity to get hurt. They start from a static 1st and 10 on the 35 going out. It's the best way to do it.
And yes, those are the Clemson Tiger helmets. They're nicknamed the Tigers, and our first play from scrimmage in a short gain. Beautiful tackle. Coming up to make that stop was Armani Billings, number 45. And he's a hard hitter, and he loves the game of football. See with that clock running, it will go quickly. Again, 8-minute quarters.
Yeah, and at this age level, throwing the ball doesn't happen very often. The clock doesn't stop very often, so it's going to be a lot of running and a lot of running clock.
2nd down and 7. Good effort there, out to the 45-yard line. That's the kind of excitement you want to see from the offensive front. They got off the ball and they moved the sticks. First down for the North Henry Tigers.
North Henry's lining up in a bit of an old school wishbone formation, which is kind of fun to see. They're not necessarily running the triple option out of it, but a lot of misdirection. You got one back going one way, the other going the other. It's going to be really important for Vineland to have great eyes on defense.
And again, another run and another nice effort. And down the field, substantial yardage. Armani Billings, a terrific run.
Like you said, it's a great job by the big boys up front, too, are doing a great job. There's a good push from the offensive line. Got Vineland moving backwards. We'll get another look at it here. See the misdirection in there, and you see Billings go. He cuts it up in there. Next thing you know, he's into the secondary. Running to daylight.
And that's what good running backs do. They know where the daylight is. They find those creases. There's that sense, that ability to find the opening.
We got a player down, I think, on the far side of the field.
Well, when you ever see the players kneel down, that's why they do that. And that's out of great respect for a warrior that is down. Gives us some time to thank our sponsors once again who help us make this possible, this championship. Jet Fuel, of course, the official football of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, the official ball also of the National Football League. By Shadow Man, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, tackling better every rep. And by the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, the most pro football elite football training by the NFL's best coaches. Top ballers coming to Canton this July. Nominate now. Still got one of those players down for Vineland. And now he's up. He is up and apparently being helped off the field. And that is Thomas.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Nice. Good job. There it is. Go, 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 go. Keep him in. Keep him in. That's the way to accelerate. I can't hear you. What's the difference between a good defense and a great defense?
Thomas was helped off the field. Apparently he's okay. The Tigers back to work with a first down. running wide. It's a good job by the defense sliding over there and making the stop. Dickens with the stop on the run by Daniels. Cesar Daniels, number 21, fleet of foot.
That was a little jet sweep action with the bone. They got a lot of people out in front of him blocking, and Daniels was able to, he did a great job. Once he saw the hole in the crease, he got vertical right now, got him into a 2nd and 4 situation here.
And at this tender age of 5, 6, or 7, for the most part, most of these plays will be runs. And again, it's the quarterback stumbling down, very short gain. Fake the run, and carrying the football was Joshua Scott.
Yeah, it was a great job by Austin on defense, number 45. He did a great job staying at home there at his defensive end position, because that one, if he snuck out of there, he was scoring.
Yeah, Joshua Scott for a quarterback has excellent wheels. See him there, number 1. He'll come under center. And again, they love their ground game. It's a punishing attack for this team from Georgia. Armani Billings, and Billings early on, Brandon, looks very, very authoritative running the football.
He runs the ball hard. He's got some great lead blockers there in that wishbone formation. They're leading up into the hole for him. But what I really like about him is he doesn't make a lot of cuts. He doesn't dance around a lot. He goes north and south in between the tackles, and he runs physical.
North Henry, the Tigers from Georgia, on the march inside the 25-yard line. Again, misdirection. And a great run. 1st and goal for North Henry. Boy, that's wonderful execution on that misdirection. And North Henry has a 1st and goal. Timeout taken out by Vineland. Another look at that fabulous run. Toting the football is Kamani Billings.
Yeah, it was a great job, and they faked it to the other Billings the other way, and the defense followed. And then Kamani Billings does a great job hitting it in between the tackles. Again, same thing. These guys run north and south. I love it.
At the 5-yard line. I'm about to say, with this many Billings, they should be from Montana.
Yes, they should.
Once again, we want to thank our friends from Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. And by Wilson, the official football of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship. Chris Wilson also the official football of the National Football League. 1st and goal. Right up the middle. Power football to the end zone. Georgia thinks they have a touchdown. They have scored. They credit the score. Georgia has put it in the end zone and takes a 6-0 lead, North Henry.
That was an impressive drive right there, and it was finished off by a really, really good run. They ran the 2 tailbacks in this thing, and they finally handed it off to number 25 there, the fullback. He's been doing his work as a blocker that whole drive, and he punches it in for 6.
Some movement in the backfield. Of course, if you run it in, it's only 1. If you pass it in, it's 2 points.
My guess is they're going to try and run, just from
Yeah,
watching,
I think
from
so.
watching what they did that whole drive.
And they run. Looks like they got in. They're excited and they're in. Late indication, but they did get in. And it's 7-0 for North Henry. And aren't they excited? This team from Georgia, a very nice showcase drive. And taking it in there again was Kamani Billings.
And that was a great drive. And I love the Billings. The Billings has carried the ball all the way down the field, but the drive was capped off there by number 25, Jaquan Adams. Playing the fullback, did a great job punching it in. It's a way to finish.
Yeah, Adams with a very strong rush of 5 yards for the touchdown.
And obviously
Henry with a nice job of just systematically and methodically working the ball down the field.
Yeah, and that O-line did a great job of moving the defensive line from Vineland off the ball. None of that happens without the big five up front.
It's Vineland's turn, and let's see if they can answer. Again, there's no kicking at this age bracket. That's for safety. It's precautionary, and we think it's a great rule. See, automatically, they go into that defensive posture for North Henry and offensive alignment for Vineland. What will Vineland do to answer back? Will Antonio Murray Cruz, better known as the Squirrel, turn it up? And they're going to need the Squirrel to get loose. This team from Georgia, North Henry, is a very, very good unit. I also like at this age bracket, and you can see it, the coaches are allowed to school the kids.
Yeah, and what they do is they let the coaches go out there to make sure everybody's lined up. Football, there's a lot to football. There's a lot to these plays. There's a lot that goes into it. And to ask these kids to understand everything the first year out there can be a little tough. So having the coach on the field helps a lot.
They like Elwood Taylor as well, number 41 in the backfield. Austin for just a couple. And he got hit hard.
Yeah, that was a big fill by that inside linebacker. He met Austin right away at the line of scrimmage, knocked him back for about 3-4 yard loss. It's a good job by the defensive tackle there, getting his hands on him, and then both of those linebackers fill the hole and knock the running back backwards.
2nd down and 8.
Gain of 2.
And Austin, strong running back, because he took the blow and still got positive yardage. The ball's on the ground. Georgia, North Henry, they're excited again. They create the turnover, and recovering the football was Durante Arnold.
It's a big heads-up play by Arnold, finding that football and grabbing it. Ball squirted away from the quarterback there. Again, that's tough. There's some nerves here, right? This is a big deal. This is a big stage for these kids. And ball's on the ground. That's a great job by Arnold finding it and getting it and giving the Tigers the ball back.
Remember, this is the 7 and under national championship game. Nobody at this age bracket is better than these two teams. The Pro Football Hall of Fame National Youth Football Championship game for 7 and under. And this deceptive offense run by North Henry. And they're going back to work. Billings into the secondary and another big game to the 23-yard line. This is a good-looking running back in Kamani Billings.
Yeah, and he had Armani Billings and Jaquan Adams leading the way again. And great job by the O-line moving them off the ball. Great lead blocks. These guys look like a machine.
How much fun is it to watch 5-, and 6-, and 7-year-olds execute at this level? By the way, our good friends at Shadowman Sports, I'll tell you about them, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy. Tackling better on every rep. Quarterback keep. Turns the corner. Scott inside the 10-yard line. Joshua Scott.
I love it. Good little guy. And that was a great play. Look, they've been pounding the ball up the middle with Billings, and Adams. And then you get Joshua Scott out on the edge, running a little quarterback sweep, little keeper out on the edge, test the edge, spread the defense out, open the inside up again.
1st and goal at the 9 for North Henry. Trying to punch in another score is the Tigers out of Georgia, North Henry Tigers. Haven't they been impressive in this first quarter against a very good Vineland team? Scott, a simple handoff down to the 3-yard line. Again, that's the powerful Armani Billings. wrestled to the turf by Elwood Taylor. Bruising running game.
Yeah, it is a bruising running game. These kids are going to be, it's a good thing they're 7 and under because they bounce right up real quick. These kids are going to be sore tomorrow morning.
Number 5 certainly could be prominent here, Billings, Kamani Billings. Kamani takes the handoff, but whistle sounds, and the play is blown dead. This will cost North Henry 5 yards. Back out to the 8. See the clock, 2:26 left opening quarter.
I've been really impressed with, over the couple games that I've seen here this weekend with the lack of penalties, right? The execution has been really, really impressive. The coaching staffs that have the kids here and the kids that are actually on the field, not a lot of penalties. And that's hard to do, especially at this age. Getting kids to be disciplined and watch the ball and go on the right count and do all the right things, that can be tough to do.
And these teams have played together extensively. Earlier, we saw all-star teams execute very well, and they didn't have the penalties. We're going to step out after this play. Apparently we'll keep it here because they're about ready to go into action. There should be a timeout. Yeah, I think they're going to back them off. And
they were ready to go.
Yeah, we were ready to go.
Yes,
we were
sir.
ready to send it to a break, and they came out of that.
Yeah, boy, go. Good job. Good job. Good job. Nice. Good job. There it is. Go. Keep him in. That's the way to accelerate. I can't hear you. What's the difference between a good defense and a great defense?
Can they get the touchdown, North Henry? They've been dominant in this first quarter. Billings inside the 5, still moving the pile. Didn't quite get there, but you'll love that effort. That's number 5, Kamani Billings. His brother Armani is 45.
Kamani Billings, yeah.
Just a number.
Just a number, absolutely. And Kamani Billings, I mean, that's a tough physical run right there. He was dragging 4 or 5 white jerseys behind him there. I thought he was going to squeak in there.
And a timeout taken by Vineland, and literally they're up against it. That ball's sitting at the 1-yard line.
Every year, the Hall receives hundreds of nominations for future Hall of Famers. Now there is a new selection process for the Hall of Fame National Youth Championships. For the first time ever, the nation's best teams will earn the right to compete in Canton this December to become Hall of Fame champions. Among 8 age divisions, a selection committee of NFL top executives, college scouts, and gold jackets will select the best of the best. Nominate your team now at youthfootballchampionships.com.
Well, that ball's sitting a yard away from pay dirt for North Henry. 7 and under, national championship game. With Brandon Noble, my name is Randy Rosenblum. So thrilled you're with us in Massillon, Ohio. Massillon High School. Simple handoff, touchdown, Armani Billings.
Kind of had a feeling they were going to hand it to one of the Billings brothers. They snuck Jaquan Adams in there last time. Look, that was just a straight power off left tackle, and a couple good lead blocks again. That drive was started because of a turnover. Let's check this replay out real quick. Again, you see the guys up front. There's his brother Billings. You know, one of the Billings brothers blocking, Adams blocking, finishes it off. That was another really, really nice drive. Well executed, ground and pound, run the football. It's impressive.
Then they ran it in for 1 point last time. You know, I would think with the way they run the football, that recipe works. No reason to change. And here's Billings again, running hard, and he's across the goal line. And it is a 14-0 lead. Again, number 5, Kamani Billings, crossing that goal line, and now the young guys from Vineland got to keep their head up. in an early hole.
Yeah, definitely. This is one of those situations where you see Coach right there. He's talking to his guys, saying, "Look, let's just go out, just get positive yardage on first down, positive yardage on second down, get the first down, and just kind of get into a rhythm now. Let's get into a rotation. We're a good football team. There's a reason we're here playing for a national championship at the Hall of Fame. Just go play ball now. Do what we do."
We'll step out. 14-0 for North Henry in our 7 and under national championship game. Vineland needs to at least get some first downs here and try to dent that tremendous defense of North Henry.
That last drive was stymied by a little bit of a turnover, obviously, so it ended quickly. But this is a drive where it's really important, like I said before we went to break, just get into a rhythm, go play the kind of football that got them here.
Great penetration in the backfield. No chance for the running back Squirrel to make any movement. And a hit by Jones, number 3, Ricari Jones.
They're having a good time out there, aren't they? This is what's fun about this. I mean, this age, these kids, that's not showing off, that's not showboating, that's just kids having fun playing football.
See the clock winding down on this opening quarter. 2-touchdown lead for the team on defense, North Henry from Georgia. I love those Clemson Tiger helmets.
Kind of look like the Clemson Tiger D-line in the backfield there.
Yeah, they do look like a team that could compete for a national championship, don't they?
They definitely
There
do.
is that similarity. This team has a better shot at the national championship right now. The Clemson Tigers, going to have to get through 2 good teams. Again, that penetration and no chance. Look how they swarm to the football. Leading the charge is Van Horn. Karan Van Horn, 55.
That's just fast football right there. The running back didn't even have a chance. There were like 5 black jerseys and orange helmets on top of that kid as soon as he got the football.
We've reached the end of the opening quarter. A great one for the North Henry Tigers from Georgia. We're going to step out. The quarter is over. The second quarter's in front of us from Massillon, Ohio. It's 14-0 in the 7 and under National Youth Championship game.
The fact that Rich was able to bring this to the Pro Football Hall of Fame and be associated with that is something special.
So I'm going to tell you, as I wind up here, fellas and parents, as much as this is about the next 3 days, this is also about the next 3 years.
Hold to the hall on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold to the hall.
Smalls, Washington, up at the end. I really like this first day. We got in the classroom and talked to a lot of principles and techniques. We got in here and started working it out. So I really feel like the coach is really going to help me define my game.
I see the soft stance here and the hard stance right there. Yeah, I might just go on snap. Ready? Hey, boom. I might get it out. Set. Hey, come on.
This is Smalls, the #1 high school
nice to see you.
defensive line in the class of 2020.
Oh, is that right?
He's training with us. Heard you were here.
That's fantastic.
Well, Vineland hurting a little bit after the first quarter against North Henry, 14-0. You see the coaching going on here, and Alfonso Brown in his 3rd year, working with his fine offensive coordinator Brandon Hart. They're going to really have to rally the troops here.
Yeah, at this age it can be tough. These guys get down and they'll get down quick.
Of course, we always want to talk about the selection process and how these young men got here, and a lot of it's all about character, isn't it?
Absolutely, and that's really important. Hall of Fame, really, really stresses character. Football builds character. That's why we play it. That's why my boys play it. I built my character, made me a better person, and I think that that's something that we keep going back to and stressing as we're looking for teams around the country to come play, is the character and the way that these guys carry themselves.
Of course, those are the thoughts of Brandon Noble, former outstanding defensive line man at Penn State, onto the National Football League. He had years of success there with the likes of the Cowboys and the Redskins. Does a lot of coaching and is very proud of how his boys have performed. Pressure again, and it's relentless. It's all over the field for North Henry. They are tilting the field in their direction. And let us tell you that 55, Karan Van Horn, is outstanding.
That was a great play. That was fast football right there. You see 55 kind of to the right, the top right of your screen there. He is all over the place right now, finding that football out there. I mean, in the backfield. That play got snuffed out so quick. Now you're sitting there at, I don't know, what is it, 4th and 15? 25? It was a loss of 10?
Yeah, they now have, in a sense, kicked.
Yes.
Even though they don't physically do it, so they're going to give the ball back to North Henry. Again, they don't want to jeopardize these kids getting hurt on the kicking game.
And that's smart, right? With all the things that football's dealing with all the things that guys are dealing with that played for a long time, and the football's a little bit under attack right now, and I think that it's definitely one of those things where, you know, removing the kicking game and some of those violent collisions that happen during it is a very, very smart move.
And it's a 25-yard walk-off for the punt. And again, the lead official here is Pat Perry from Niles, Ohio. Pat's been doing this a long time, 24 years, overseeing games like this, and he's got a handle on the rules and regulations. Again, terrific field position for North Henry. They're controlling the game. And they're doing it on the ground. To the 45-yard line. Good effort on defense there by Austin again.
That was a
Devin
good pop.
Austin.
That was a good pop by Devin Austin. And that's what they need right now. They need some of these linebackers to step up and fill the holes and be physical. And Devin Austin's one of those guys. Now we had a substitution issue. I think Vineland ended up with a couple kids running on the field late, and either ended up with the numbers issue or an offsides issue, one or the other.
So it's 1st and 5. And you don't want to give North Henry any help.
No. You need to keep North Henry behind the chains.
Well, you can see their blocking up front is outstanding. It's going to be good for another first down. Terrific run again by Billings. That's Kamani, and again he and his brother Armani trying to confuse us, but they won't. They do have one thing that is very much in common, other than looks. They're both very talented.
Very talented. And you talk about the O-line and what they're doing right now. At this age level, that's one of the hardest things to get coached and really to be effective at. And what you're seeing here, these North Henry Tigers, that O-line is moving the defensive line off the ball. They're sticking on their blocks, keeping their feet going, and taking some pride in it right now.
This is a big series of downs for Vineland on defense. They don't want to fall behind by 3 scores. Here's a rare throw downfield, incomplete. Terrific effort, and you love how the receiver sold out trying to catch the football.
That was a great. He came back for that thing. It got a little bit further. He got a little bit further than Joshua Scott's arm could get it, and he had to come back for it. But he had beat the coverage. You're going to see it here on the replay. They spread it out. They got out of that wishbone formation. Scott gets outside the pocket. Look, he does a great job playing his foot, but he had a little pressure there in his face. And then Daniels was down there to try and get the reception up. I flipped it. I'm sorry. Joshua Scott, who's usually the quarterback, flipped and was playing wide receiver.
That's the versatility of these kids. They can play numerous spots on the field. And it's not unusual at this age bracket. They want to learn a lot of different spots. So 21 is in there, Cesar Daniels. And obviously he's got a very strong arm. Option here, and he's going to run with it. Inside the 20 and down to the 18 goes Cesar Daniels.
spread them out, run the football, right? The last play, they spread them out, threw the ball deep, so now as a defense, you're looking at that thing, you're playing back a little bit, your eyes are on the receivers. Those receivers ran little post routes to pull the defensive backs inside, and you got Daniels running around the corner scot-free.
Oh, by the way, it's frigid outside. In here it's cold, but I'm sure it's delightful compared to being in the night in Ohio right now in Massillon. But it is cool in this arena. Another long throw, and this one is incomplete and nearly intercepted.
They got lucky right there. That one really, really close to an interception. Let's take a look at this one again. They tried to get Daniels out on the edge here. There you see him here, gets out on the edge a little bit. Give him some room, he steps into that thing. Ball gets way up in the air. Two of the Vineland defensive backs end up hitting each other. Knocks the ball out.
I believe it was Elwood Taylor that jarred it loose from his own teammate. 2nd down and 10. And another deep throw. That one's caught. I'll tell you this. Cesar Daniels has a gun.
Yes, he does. He's not afraid to use it. They're doing a great job getting him outside, moving him a little bit. They spread things out. Again, this is a team that basically we watched march down the field running the ball out of the wishbone formation. Now all of a sudden they've broken the formation into 3 wide receivers and they're throwing the football.
You would think they're behind. They've really opened it up here.
Yes, they have, and they're doing a great job. And it's cool to see another kid go in and play quarterback. You got Daniels in there. They're kind of showcasing his arm right now.
It may be cool for you. It's not cool for Vineland.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not cool for Vineland. It's just one more thing to worry about.
Well, Kamani Billings is deep in that backfield, and one would think number 5 went up to talk to his quarterback, Cesar Daniels, is probably saying, give me the rock.
Yeah, it's my turn. I want the ball. It's been a few plays.
He gets the ball. Billings taking 3 or 4 with him down to the 2-yard line, and then he's hurled back. Finally thrown back by Jaden Pender.
That's a good play by Pender. This is a great job by Billings. He's powerful, powerful runner. Let's check this out on the replay. Again, they went out of that spread formation, under center. You see Billings running off tackle here. Look at that power, man. He just keeps his legs churning. He's going and going. You got a bunch of white jerseys there. Here we go. Let's see what they punch it in.
Daniels will hand it off to Billings, and he slides in for the touchdown. Another score for Kamani Billings, and another touchdown for North Henry. The Tigers from Georgia build a 20-0 lead.
Yeah, they're definitely rolling right now. That was a fun drive to watch. I mean, considering what they did before, right? Running the ball, pounding the ball, then they open it up and start throwing it a little bit. The kids enjoy that. They love it.
And if you're Vineland, not only are down 20-0, how do you defend a team that's great on the ground and in the air?
That's definitely one of the challenges in football like this. When you've never seen an opponent before, you don't have a chance to scout them, you don't really know what you're going to get. And with North Henry, you're going to get both.
Again, if they run it in, it's a 1-point conversion. If you throw it in, it's good for 2. Here's the pass, and they get the 2 points. And coming up with the catch is Cesar Daniels, who just quarterbacked them all the way down the field. You got to love, you have to adore the 7 and under division.
This is so much fun to watch. That was such a fun drive to watch. You watch these kids doing a little bit of everything. You're going to see Daniels. He's going to sneak out. I think he starts out at the tight end position. A little play action pass there. You got Scott rolling out a little bit, and then you got Daniels out here in the flat. Good job coming back and getting his arms under that football.
What can't Cesar Daniels do? It's 22-0. North Henry over Vineland. The 7 and under Youth National Championship game. And tonight's championship game is presented by Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. And by Boomba, the official uniform of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, where teams go when they want to be the best. It's tough sledding against North Henry, isn't it?
It is very tough sledding. This defense runs. They are very, very fast. Now, last play, before we got out of that little break there, Vineland actually opened things up. They had some receivers split out in a trips formation. Looked like there was a quarterback center exchange, though, which means there's a lot of pressure being put on by that front 4 or 5 of North Henry.
We know that Antonio Murray Cruz, better known as Squirrel, is a fine running back. But if he doesn't have any operating room, I don't care how good you are, you can't run it effectively. Well, he's going to try it here. And there he goes to the outside, but he's dropped after a nice game. But again, he can't get deep into the secondary because of the speed of the defense.
Yeah, and that D-line's, the penetration is creating some issues for Squirrel there. You can't get going if you're making cuts 2 yards in the backfield. You've got to be able to put your foot in the ground and go vertical and not cut until you're 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
He did move it forward for a couple yards, but it's 3rd and 8 yards to go for Vineland. Vineland of New Jersey. Very good football team, the Bandits. But they're being handled in this first half, and as you can see, we're down to 3 minutes remaining. With Brandon Noble, my name is Randy Rosenbaum. We're indoors tonight, thankfully, at Massillon High School, where they've won, 9 national titles?
24 state titles. This is a gorgeous facility. This rivals a lot of college facilities I've seen.
Now they have an outdoor stadium as well.
Yes.
This is the indoor stadium. No chance. Going down is the quarterback, Elwood Taylor.
So fast off the edge there. Armani Billings.
I love the celebration.
Yep. He runs the ball, he blitzes off the edge, and he's a good dancer, too.
And by the way, they're endorsing these like the National Football League. As long as you're not taunting,
right,
they'll endorse the fact that you can celebrate.
You can. And look, at this age, these kids are just having fun. You know, this is what they love this. They're having so much fun. This experience is so unique. You know, a national championship opportunity as a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old. So cool.
Well, we're going to step out. 2:45 to play. The ball's gone over. There was just the virtual punt of 25 yards. And when we come back, we'll see North Henry on offense.
Every year, the Hall receives hundreds of nominations for future Hall of Famers. Now there is a new selection process for the Hall of Fame National Youth Championships. For the first time ever, the nation's best teams will earn the right to compete in Canton this December to become Hall of Fame champions. Among 8 age divisions, a selection committee of NFL top executives, college scouts, and gold jackets will select the best of the best. Nominate your team now at youthfootballchampionships.com.
Welcome back to Billings, not Montana. Billings and the Billings Show. The two brothers, Armani Billings and Kamani Billings, 5 and 45 respectively. And North Henry has built a 22-0 lead, and they want more. Scott takes it out to the 49-yard line before he's cut down.
That was a really, really nice tackle by the Squirrel, number 21 there. He came up from it looked like from his safety position, does a great job. Scott got around the corner, Squirrel comes up and takes his legs out from under him, saves a touchdown.
But Brandon, that's good yardage. Even though Squirrel makes a great play, that's a pickup of 8 on first down.
Anytime your safety's making a lot of tackles, you're in trouble. And you're going to see they do a great job. They get a lot of blockers out in front. You see Scott coming around the corner, makes a nice move right here, cuts inside. You're going to see Squirrel come flying up here, take a nice little shot.
They need 2 for a first down, and they're going to pick it up. Just a quick dive. See, it's not easy to bring these ball carriers down. These young men from North Henry just don't want to get wrestled down at any point. Good first down run there. They move the sticks to the 45-yard line of Vineland.
What's really impressive, I keep going back to it. I know we keep talking about the Billings brothers and Adams and Scott and all these guys, but that O-line up front, The guys that do the dirty work, that's how you win football games. And at this age, I've said it before, it's so hard to get those guys to do it, and these guys are doing it really, really well.
I like their aerial assault for young guys. They've thrown the ball at times in this quarter. Here's a simple plunge for a yard. 53 flexing his muscles is Jaden Pender.
Jaden's playing with a little emotion. Look, they need that right now. Vineland needs to get a little spark, and if Jalen can bring it, they will.
Our game presented by Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship. By our friends at Boomba, the official uniform of the Pro Football Hall of Fame national title, where teams go when they want to be the best. And of course, by our good friends at Shadowman, who will pick an MVP today, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, tackling better every rep. So far, one of the billings has to be the lead act for our MVP. Both billings certainly very much in the hunt. There's a timeout on the field. 22-0 late in this first half for North Henry. North Henry has put on a clinic in this first half, leading by 22-0. Second down and 9. There's a quick hitter. Spinning and trying to break loose is Adams.
That little fullback dive is tough. When you're used to those tailbacks getting the football, all of a sudden that fullback hits the hole really, really fast, and you can't see him. He hides behind those guards in that center. You don't see him.
John, North Henry will take the timeout. Almost called him John Henry, which is a great. There's a lot of great John Henrys.
Yes.
There's a great horse by the name of John Henry, but this is North Henry, and they've been galloping to a nice lead here at 22-0, and they're not satisfied, and that's why they take the timeout here. You know, they're down to the 36-yard line. They're looking at third down and just 1, and they're confident they can rip off another big play.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here. 3rd and 1, do you run the football, and then you're going to kind of have to move quickly, maybe start here.
Well, they've proven they can throw it. Daniels in at quarterback, and he's the one with the strong arm. He dropped the football and pounces on it, but they lose the down, and that clock is winding down as well.
The infamous quarterback-center exchange is kind of tough sometimes at this age.
It's a 4th down play. Scott is picked off. It looked like Scott was going to make the catch, and instead the defender came over and made the play. That's a beautiful job.
The squirrel.
The squirrel, you're right.
Yep, there he is, Murray Cruz from his deep safety spot. They've got him sitting back there in middle field, about 12, 14 yards off the ball, just kind of reading the quarterback, and he runs over there and makes a great play. He almost picked that off.
Yeah, I thought he did pick it off initially. Now they're going to rule it an incompletion. He knocked it down, but that gives him better field position.
Yep.
This is better for the team that he didn't make the interception.
That's a nice ball right there. It's a great break on it by Scott. You see him running over there. Does a good job. Oh, sorry, Scott actually ended up breaking the play up when Murray Cruz came flying over there to intercept the football.
Well, the incompletion gives Vineland a first down, but there's only 16 seconds left. You play it safe here and go back into the locker room and regroup, or do you try to bust one?
I think you probably try and run the football straight ahead. See if you can just get a little bit going. You're only going to get one play off here, maybe. I don't think you call a timeout. But yeah, then you regroup, you get off. Looks like they're gonna split everything out. Maybe chuck the ball down the field.
Well, you're down 22-0. You got to roll the dice, huh? Well, they're going to run with it, and it opens up on a trick play down the sideline. I'll say they're going to play hard. The squirrel is gone.
There he is. The squirrel's starting to show up, showing up on defense first. They snuck him out of there, though.
That was hard to see from our vantage point. Did they put the ball on the ground?
I couldn't tell where the ball went. They had 3 guys split out to the left. I'm not sure where. Let's check out on the replay here.
Let's see if they put the ball on the ground and have the running back pick it up. No, I think it's just a simple handoff.
He may have been lined up at quarterback and just ran out the right side. They had everybody aligned to the left.
Either way, it was phenomenal execution and really difficult to see who had the ball, and it completely fooled North Henry. Trying to take it in for another point, and they're not going to get there. So it's going to remain 22-6. Of course, that's an untimed down, so there's still 3 seconds left. But the Tigers have been scored upon. Vineland gets the big play. And from an expected source, Antonio Murray Cruz, better known as the Squirrel, drives the North Henry defense nuts.
Every year, the Hall receives hundreds of nominations for future Hall of Famers. Now there is a new selection process for the Hall of Fame National Youth Championships. For the first time ever, the nation's best teams will earn the right to compete in Canton this December to become Hall of Fame champions. Among 8 age divisions, a selection committee of NFL top executives, college scouts, and gold jackets will select the best of the best. Nominate your team now at youthfootballchampionships.com.
Championship game presented by Wilson, the official football of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Title Tilt, the official football also of the National Football League. By Shadowman Sports, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, tackling better with every rep. And by the Hall of Fame Academy, the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, the most elite football training by the NFL's best coaches. Top ballers coming to Canton this July. Nominate now. Well, I think they've run off the clock, the remaining 3 seconds, and they'll do that at youth football because they're not going to kick it.
Right.
And so they just ran off the 3 seconds. So we've come to intermission. It's halftime. It's 22-6 for North Henry. And what a performance by the Billings brothers. But we did get just a little bit of a peek into what the Squirrel can do.
Yeah, that was impressive running the football, especially for the North Henry Tigers, but we did get to see the Squirrel there at the end. Let's see what comes out in the second half.
Well, it makes the second half a lot more interesting. North Henry at intermission has a 22-6 lead.
Hey, I'm here with Savell, one of the top 2020 prospects in the country. He's already got college offers and all that great stuff coming up. He was here at the Hall of Fame Academy training with NFL coaches and some of the top coaches in the whole world.
Come on, finish. Space it. You twins like you right next to each other. Let's go, boy.
Good job. And 2 guys read past and 2 did not.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with him. He reminds me of a lot of first rounders I've had in the past, and not only because of football skills, because of where he reacts to coaching and tries to improve. And they're very conscientious, and he's smart, and it's easy to coach. And the guy's got a motor. He's got a good motor, and his name will be very close to coming in this thing one of these days if he does his things right.
Well, I think that when we first saw you, Savell, the thing that everybody noticed on our team was that you had an unbelievable first step. And that, and you know, I know as you coach linemen, the one thing the guy said is he's a great kid, but when he has a helmet on, he is nasty. And so that was our first initial take on you. And then your body, you're going to keep on growing, and you're a 2020 kid. And our guys were projecting you already as maybe the #1 guy in his position in the 2020 class. And as you keep working on your technique and stuff, arguably you'll be the #1 guy. So you've done a great job. It's great to have you here, and you are a great kid. We love you, and it's just an honor to be around you and to be coaching with you and working with you.
And it's also really good meeting the few kids I met too, because like I just felt like they looked up to me somehow, and I felt really good just knowing like that moving on I could have that impact on younger people.
Good luck, Seville. Have a great campaign, and we'll see you sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell you what, these are one of the best shirts I've worn out here. It's nice and cool in the breeze, and it's good looking too. And my shorts, nobody's getting them from me. These are great shorts, and they feel great.
Charlie Collins, San Francisco 49ers, Cincinnati Bengals. Great camp. Excited about being here at Hall of Fame Academy. Not to mention a great fit, great camp, great gear, great fit. As you can see, we got our dry fit. I'm air conditioned, nice and cool. Keeps us relaxed, but I appreciate the gear from the Hall of Fame Academy and look forward to some new gear.
Gus Farrat, 15 years NFL, 7 different teams. Yeah, appreciate you guys giving us this great gear. It's nice and cool. We finally got pockets. Somebody realized that coaches need pockets in their shorts, so love that. Appreciate it. Great job.
Matt Slaughter's played 16 years in the league, coached 11 years in the league. It's some of the best fitting stuff I've ever had. Nice, loose, baggy, fits a big guy like me, and I appreciate it.
Brandon Noble, 7 years in the NFL, 8 years as a college coach. Definitely enjoyed wearing this stuff this week. It's nice and cool. It fits mutants like us pretty well, and it's nice and comfortable, and I appreciate it.
Bam!
Boomba!
Boomba gear.
Yeah, on three fellas, Boomba gear. 1, 2, 3.
Boomba gear.
There you go.
Boomba.
The fact that Rich was able to bring this to the Pro Football Hall of Fame and be associated with that is something special.
So I'm going to tell you, as I wind up here, fellas and parents, as much as this is about the next 3 days, this is also about the next 3 years.
Step, hold to the hall, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hold to the hall.
I really like this first day. We got in the classroom and talked to a lot of principles and techniques. We got in here and started working it out, so I really feel like the coach is really going to help me define my game.
I see the soft stance here and the hard stance right there. Yeah, I might just go on snap. Ready? Hey, boom. I might get it out. Set. Hey, come on.
This is Seville Smalls, the #1 high school
Hey, nice to see you.
defensive line class of 2020.
Oh, is that right?
He's training with us. Heard you were here.
It was fantastic.
And welcome back. We're at intermission. North Henry with a 22-6 lead. They scored the first 22 points of that opening half. Then the squirrel came out of the trees and just blew through everyone for a long touchdown run. Of course, the squirrel is Antonio Murray Cruz, the outstanding young running back of Vineland. These 5, 6, and 7-year-olds really put on a nice show for us in the first half. What will they provide in the back half? We shall see when we come back to Massillon, Ohio. North Henry with a 22-6 lead at the break. Back at the break, it's 22-6 for North Henry. North Henry from Georgia, and they've been very good. Vineland's out of New Jersey. Randy Rosenblum with Brandon Noble. And Brandon, we just saw the electrifying touchdown run to end the half by number 21, Antonio Murray Cruz of Vineland. What are they going to need to do to really get back in the hunt and threaten North Henry?
Well, the first thing they have to do is make some adjustments on defense, right? They've got to get squared away on defense, but more importantly, they've got to start tackling, and that's what the coaches are talking about down there. The Vineland coaches have been in the end zone with that football team working on them for the entire 8-minute halftime.
All right, the third quarter. This is vital. Will Vineland get back in the game, or will North Henry wrap it up in 3 quarters? In tonight's game, it's being presented by our friends at Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. And by Wilson, the official football of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, and the official football, of course, you know that, it's the official football for the National Football League. We are beginning the third quarter. They line up on offense, do the Bandits of Vineland. I think they might want to open it up a little bit more, or do you like the fact that they got the long touchdown on the ground? Maybe stay with it a little bit and see if that can produce more big plays.
Absolutely. What they've done is they've actually moved it into that 3 wide receiver set off to one side. It'll be interesting to see if they do pick the ball up and throw it, or do they try and sneak Murray Cruz out of the backfield like they did at the end of the half.
Well, they show trips to the near side and reverse it back, and it's tough to trick this speed. That's just terrific defense by these North Henry Tigers. You just don't fool them very often. You fooled them once at the end of the half.
Yes.
Very deceptive play, but you're not going to do it on a reverse like that.
They're just so fast. They swarm. They're in the backfield before the ball's even handed off.
Loss of 8. It's 2nd and 18. You talked about it earlier. You do not want to be behind the chains against this Tiger defense.
No, the way that defensive line penetrates, the way those linebackers blitz off the edge, you're not going to have a lot of time to throw the football, so you definitely need to gain some positive yards on first down.
Brandon Hart, the offensive coordinator out there for Vineland, really trying to get his guys on the same page. Look at that penetration again, and no chance for Cruz to go anywhere. Antonio Murray Cruz. They're just in the backfield so fast.
So fast. I mean, the poor old line for Vineland, they're kind of spinning like swivels right now. And you're looking at how fast Van Horn and that crew are getting into the backfield, and on top of guys like Murray Cruz, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Teron Van Horn, 55, is a playmaker on defense. No chance. Tremendous speed and nowhere for Elwood Taylor to hide.
That was Van Horn again on the tackle.
He hurt us. And he's putting the hurt on Vineland.
He is. He gets back there so fast. And this is a great job making the tackle, because he had a guy getting around the corner on him, lays out, gets the legs, rolls him up. Good form tackle.
And it's 4th down and forever. And now they're going to move the football 25 yards up the field.
And that's a smart decision. You know, I know the scores, but they're really, 3 scores away. And you saw how fast they can get into the end zone with Murray Cruz. What you don't want to do is give North Henry a really, really short field right now. It's hard enough to stop these guys on a longer field, but if you give them the 20-yard field, they're going to be in the end zone.
Keep in mind, these are 5-, 6-, and 7-year-old players. It's our 7 and under national championship, and right now the team from Georgia, North Henry, has an upper hand in this game, and they have field position on their side as they start from the Vineland 47-yard line.
Expecting to see a good solid dose of that ground and pound again. They may open it up. I was impressed with their ability to throw the football and move it down the field. You don't see that a lot at this stage.
Especially when Caesar Daniels checked in to play quarterback 21. He really opened it up with some pinpoint aerials.
Yeah, they do a good job of getting him on the edge, moving him a little bit, not asking him to drop back in traditional quarterback footwork and sit in the pocket. What they do is they push him out onto the edge, get him outside of the tackle, gives them a clean field of view to throw the ball downfield.
How about this jamboree of football in Canton, Ohio, and here in Massillon or Massillon? Massillon or Massillon. We've heard the locals say Massillon, and we've heard network radio spots say Massillon. But either way, it's a football hotbed. And speaking of hotbed, this running game is on fire. Billings into the secondary. Still on his feet. Kamani Billings, touchdown. Spectacular run.
What a run, man. What a powerful. That's a complete tailback right there. And they got a couple of them, too. His brother's not too bad either, but
they're all dancing right now.
Absolutely. They're having so much fun. Watch the O-line surge off the ball here. This is just a double ISO, double lead out of the wishbone formation. They lead the other tailback and the fullback Jaquan Adams up into the middle, and then everything else is Billings.
How good is Kamani Billings?
Watch him run through this tackle here. I mean, that's one of those situations where a kid usually trips up.
And that's Devin Austin, who's a sure tackler in that secondary.
Billings runs through it and is able to keep his feet. Great balance, great power, great speed to finish it off.
Lined up. Will they go for one or two? Remember, a run is one. That's one of the big linemen trying to carry it in. Underneath the pile is Tommy Profit making the tackle. Looked like Johnson carried the ball. Clarion Johnson.
Old refrigerator Perry style right there. I like it. Let the big guy touch the ball. He's probably been blocking in there, grinding it out.
Reward him.
Absolutely. I love it.
28-6, 5:43 left in the third quarter. North Henry back to a 22-point margin. They looked spectacular in the 7 and under National Youth Championship game. And that gives us some time to tell you that we're thrilled to have as our sponsors again, Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, committed to player safety and revolutionary innovation. And by our good friends at Boomba, the official uniform of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, where teams go when they want the best. And by Shadowman Sports, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, tackling better every rep. Well, we're going to have a Mighty Might game coming up, and those teams are warming up. North Philly and Millville, New Jersey, for the Mighty Might national title. That's next. I know you've seen the North Philly team, and you like them.
They're very good. Both of those teams are good. Squirrel.
Well, he can dance. We know that. Murray Cruz. Oh, he's fun to watch, isn't he?
He is. He picked that ball up off the ground. That was a fumble. He picked that thing up, broken play, and ends up almost getting the first down.
Talking to his dad before the game, who was so excited about the way his son has blossomed this year into an outstanding player.
Watch it. There's a little mishap. The ball ended up on the ground. Again, it's a lot of penetration there. Murray Cruz picks it up off the ground. Look at that. That's the problem when you got so many guys in the backfield. All of a sudden, he sneaks out of there. And it's gone. It's a shoestring tackle there by Adams. Great job getting Murray Cruz on the ground.
Yeah, he picked up 9, and it could have been a very big negative play. Forward enough, I believe, for a first down, but it's very close. That should move the sticks depending upon the spot. It is close. They say first down. My eyes are better than I thought.
This is great. Vineland gets. I mean, they need that first down, right? They need to move the chains, keep their offense out there, give their defense a little bit of a break, keep the ball out of the hands of the Billings boys. That was a big first down.
See the clock winding down in the third quarter, down to 4:15 remaining. This defense is rugged. A lot of negative plays. It's difficult to overcome the down and distance.
It definitely is. And when you've got a D-line that gets off the ball.
Hey, I'm here with Savell, one of the top 2020 prospects in the country. He's already got college offers and all that great stuff coming up. He was here at the Hall of Fame Academy training with NFL coaches and some of the top coaches in the whole world.
Finish. Space it.
Going to be fun too.
You like Mighty Mites, don't you?
I love this. This is so much fun. These kids are having a blast.
Blitz. They run through the blitz and a pretty good gain there. That was a rapidly developing play.
I think
and again, it is Murray Cruz.
Those quick hitters are probably your best bet with the way that this defense moves and runs, getting that ball vertical as fast as possible and not trying to get it out on the edge, but going straight at it. That's what you do when you're playing a team with speed.
And Vineland feeding Antonio Murray Cruz, who has their touchdown, a long gallop very late in the first half. I'm amazed not only at the execution level, but how attentive these young kids are.
There's nobody chasing butterflies. Not that there's any butterflies out on a day like today. But no, these kids are dialed in. They really are.
Elwood Taylor remains in. He's piloted the team throughout the game. He's going to go down. Elwood turned around, looked up, and he had no chance as Ricari Jones was able to sift through.
This is a good job by Ricari Jones getting into the backfield, finding the football. There's a lot of moving parts back there. I think they blitzed him from his linebacker position or his safety position, and he got home.
4th down and 1. Obviously, they're going to go for it here. Down by 22 points.
Watch the ball.
I love it, too, when you hear the fans at this level. They're all coaches.
Everybody's
to
coaching.
Watch the football and don't go offside. And
everybody's coaching.
They need 1 yard. 4th down play. Quarterback keep. Taylor surging forward. And that's good enough for a first down.
2 first downs in a row. That's what you need right there.
Well, they're eating up the clock. They need to make each assault count now. They need to score every time they have the football if they have any hopes of rallying and winning the national championship.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. When you look at Murray Cruz, too, you saw the home run he hit going into halftime, and they can do the same thing. All it takes is for him to get a crease, and he's gone.
Now, did they say he didn't make it and the ball went over on downs? I believe they do.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
They said first down initially, but now the ball's gone over, so obviously the knee was ruled down.
Yes.
And the ball's going back the other way, and that is a painful turnaround against Vineland.
Because you know what you're going to get now. North Henry's going to bring that run game at you.
Late action in the third quarter in our national championship game. Quarterback holding on to the football. And that was Scott in there again running the show. So Scott has alternated with Caesar Daniels as the signal caller for North Henry. It has been Elwood Taylor exclusively as the quarterback for Vineland.
A little different formation that time. They went with a double wing look instead of the wishbone. Tried to get a little blocker, an extra blocker out there on the edge for Scott to get him around the corner.
2nd down and 10. Counter. Back the other way. Running with the football is Adams. To the 25-yard line. Jaquan Adams flashing his wheels.
I like it, a little counter action. You can see it here on the replay. Maybe. It was a good run by Jaquan right there.
I love the misdirection play.
Yeah, and he's done a great job. You know, he's been playing fullback in that wishbone, so it's one of those situations where, hey, he's blocked hard. Here he comes. Here's that replay. You see him right here to the right of the screen. Brings it back across the formation, a little reverse. That little dip inside is what did it. You got the cornerback, the outside linebacker there to bite inside, and then he's fast enough to get around the corner and make him pay.
Well, this time they're bottled up. Profit again coming through, Tommy Profit.
The big fella in the middle there, making a nice play.
That's the end of the third quarter, and after 3, it's 28-6. North Henry leading in the 7 and under National Youth Championship game.
Hey, I'm here with Savell, one of the top 2020 prospects in the country. He's already got college offers and all that great stuff coming up. He was here at the Hall of Fame Academy training with NFL coaches and some of the top coaches in the whole world.
Come on, finish. Space it. Tell you twins like you right next to each other. Look. Let's go, boy.
Good job. And 2 guys read past and 2 did not.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with him. He reminds me of a lot of first rounders I've had in the past, and not only because of his football skills, because of the way he reacts to coaching and tries to improve. And they're very conscientious, and he's smart, and it's easy to coach. And the guy's got a motor. He's got a good motor, and his name will be very close to coming in this thing one of these days if he does his things right.
Well, I think that when we first saw you, Savell, the thing that everybody noticed on our team was that you had an unbelievable first step, and that and you know, I know as you coach linemen, the one thing the guy said is he's a great kid, but when he has a helmet on, he is nasty. And so that was our first initial take on you, and then your body, you know, you're going to keep on growing, and you're a 2020 kid, and our guys were projecting you already as maybe the #1 guy in his position in the 2020 class, and as you keep working on your technique and stuff, arguably you'll be the #1 guy. So you've done a great job. It's great to have you here, and you are a great kid. We love you, and it's just an honor to be around you and to be coaching with you and working with you.
And it's also really good meeting the few kids I met too, because like I just felt like they looked up to me somehow. And I felt really good just knowing like that moving on, I could have that impact on younger people.
Good luck, Seville. Have a great campaign, and we'll see you sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're getting set for the fourth quarter, but let's go over to Brandon Noble, who's got a special guest.
Yeah, thanks. I'm joined here with Donnell Brett from Diamond Sports. Donnell, what do you think about this, man? This is a pretty cool event, right?
Listen, this is awesome, man. You know, where else do you want to come and play football at but at the pinnacle, Pro Football Hall of Fame, Massillon, Ohio, indoor facility? This is awesome.
It's amazing. I mean, this place is amazing. Tell me a little bit about Diamond Sports and what you guys do.
Diamond Sports Group, man, we're regarded as the #1 youth All-American company in the country. What we do is do showcase events for kids all around the country, and we partner with the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy to be the All-American part of their testing. It's awesome, man.
That's great. How long have you been involved in youth sports?
10 years.
10 years. Well, that's pretty cool. So, Donnell, appreciate you coming out. Diamond Sports, partnered up, the Hall of Fame Academy. Yes. I've coached at it for 2 years. It's a blast. Awesome. Keep sending those good kids, man.
All right. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right, bye.
All right, thank you, Donnell.
Good job, man.
We're working Brandon pretty hard. I got him moving all over the place. Talk about moving parts. Brandon Noble is doing just that. And they did run a play and another big gain for North Henry. They're in the red zone now. Very close to another touchdown. And with 7:45 left, we're getting into a spot here. If North Henry scores, Vineland's pretty much out of the game. They must either force a turnover. Now we're being told that last play, and we were away for a while when we were introducing Donnell to you. It was a touchdown run, and you can see they've updated the scoreboard here. and it's 34-6.
It's tough right now. I mean, look, for Vineland, obviously you're deep in a hole. North Henry's done a great job. They've run the football. They've controlled this game from the beginning to the end. You hate to see a kid get hurt. They got a kid coming off the field right now. But look, North Henry's played a great game. Vineland has nothing to be embarrassed about or ashamed of. They're here playing in a national title game for the 7 and under age bracket. Had a great season. But look, they got to finish this thing.
Scott at quarterback. Goes right up the middle. Easy Pickens.
Looks like there might have been a flag thrown in the back of the end zone
for now, but Pickens went right up the middle.
Yeah, that O-line has done an amazing job. The tackles, the guards, the center, they have just pushed and pushed and pushed. And like I said, that's a tough thing to coach at this age. They stay on their blocks, they keep their feet moving, and they get a great initial surge.
Easy Pickens, I call him. That's Scott. Joshua Scott has that long hair, and he can really fly. And just a little bit of an opening there. And boy, did he get in the end zone in a hurry.
These guys, this backfield for North Henry doesn't need a lot of space. Their O-line does a great job, but they don't need a lot of space to go forward.
Well, you got Scott at quarterback. You got Kamani Billings right behind him, number 5. And those are two principles here, as they either run or pass on the point after. And it is Scott running, and look at that speed. Forget it. He's going to get to the end zone and run it in for another point. That is just a terrific move by the quarterback, Joshua Scott.
Yeah, that's a great job by Scott right there. Great vision. You see him coming around the corner here when we get to the replay. But what he does, he gets out on the edge. And this is a play that's designed to go outside. A little bit of a wishbone action here. You're going to see him pivot out of this thing. Pivot out, fake the handoff, and keeps it. He's running around the corner there, sees the opening, cuts it up. Easy touchdown.
Looked like he was dancing as he went into the end zone.
I think he was. These guys are having fun.
Our football game is being presented by Zenith, the official helmet of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship, committed to player safety. By Wilson, the official football of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Championship. Of course, the official football for the National Football League. By Shadowman Sports, the official tackling tool of the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy. Tackling better on every rep. And by the Hall of Fame Academy. The Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy, the most elite football training by the NFL's very best coaches. Top ballers coming to Canton this July. Nominate now. Well, this one is pretty much over. The only thing in doubt is the final score. And I know that Vineland would like to put another one up on the board. Their one touchdown, beautifully executed at the end of the first half by Antonio Murray Cruz, but they'd like to score again.
Definitely would, and they're not done. Look, these guys are going to finish. They're still coaching out there. They're getting guys lined up. They're going to go out and try and score. I mean, that's what you do as a football player, as a football team. You play until the very, very last whistle.
Ball's on the ground again. Murray Cruz didn't get it cleanly, and it's going to go over to North Henry. The Tigers have it again. You know, we were just in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in nearby Canton, and we saw another 51 all over the place, and Dick Butkus. This 51 is pretty good too. Quintavious Price with the recovery.
Yeah, he's done a great job today. He's another one of those guys like Van Horn. He's running all over the place, playing great football. This defense is a lot of fun to watch. I don't know if they're quite monsters of the midway that we saw there in the Hall of Fame, but they're pretty scary.
Well, they're the monsters in Massillon, is what they are.
Tonight they definitely are.
Well, they take over again with another opportunity to score. Plenty of time remaining in this fourth quarter for North Henry. That's going to be a fun ride back to Georgia, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a long ride back, but it'll be a fun one.
Oh, it'll be fun.
If you're going to take a long ride, you might as well win.
No, there's nothing like the feeling of a big victory in a national championship.
National title, bus ride home is probably a lot of fun.
We're in a running clock situation, and we have another misdirection play that's breaking beautifully. I believe that's Armani Billings who took it upfield. And a very nice gain. Was it 25 or 45? It was 45. It was Billings. Beautiful, deceptive run by Billings.
That's a great run. It's a great play, and you've been. What's happening is you're getting a lot of flow with one side with those backs all going one way, and then the quarterback's keeping it, kind of wheeling out the backside there. Defensive end wasn't home. The corner wasn't home because they were chasing the backfield motion. Let's check it out here on the replay. You wheel that thing around and you get that reverse look, and Billings is off to the races. Getting some good blocks out there. Jaquan Adams doing a great job, number 25. He is blocked all night long for these guys. You see him downfield doing it again.
I was thinking the exact same thing when I saw 25 out there. You know, at a tender age like this, to see him execute downfield, that's wonderful coaching.
It's great coaching. That's hard to do. I mean, these kids at this age, you just want to get them lined up sometimes, let alone blocking downfield. And you see Adams, you see these guys all downfield blocking for each other. Again, the O-line's doing a great job moving the ball forward. I'm really impressed with these guys.
Billings, touchdown. Armani Billings. And they're making it look easy.
Yeah, they are. This is tough. This is tough for Vineland.
It really is. And North Henry now has exceeded 40 points, 41-6. We're going to have to pick a shadow man MVP. Armani Billings is certainly in that race.
Yeah, I think Armani Billings is definitely, you know, him and his brother went back and forth. Jaquan Adams has done a great job. This is a very, very talented team. You look at Van Horn on defense, been all over the place. It's going to be a tough call.
You're going to make it. I'm not. I'm out of that one. Here they go for the point after again. They've been running them in. They line up Caesar Daniels at quarterback. And remember, he's the thrower. So they may be looking for two here. Nope, they're going to run it with Scott. Scott lost the ball. He would have gotten in there, too. It's too bad he lost it. So it's 41-6. Scott has had a very good game. That's one that just slipped out of his hands. Is about ready to step into the end zone. 41-6. Late fourth quarter action here in Massillon. North Henry has their hands all over the championship belt in the 7 and under National Youth Championship game.
I tell you what, these are one of the best shirts I've worn out here. It's nice and cool in the breeze, and it's good looking too. And our shorts, nobody's getting them from me. These are great shorts, and they look great.
Charlie Collins, San Francisco 49ers, Cincinnati Bengals. Great camp. Excited about being here at Hall of Fame Academy. Not to mention a great fit, great camp, great gear, great fit. As you can see, we got our dry fit. I'm air conditioned, nice and cool. Keeps us relaxed, but I appreciate the gear from the Hall of Fame Academy and look forward to some new gear.
Gus Farrat, 15 years NFL, 7 different teams. Yeah, appreciate you guys giving us this great gear. It's nice and cool. We finally got pockets. Somebody realized that coaches need pockets in their shorts, so love that. Appreciate it. Great job.
Matt Lars played 16 years in the league, coached 11 years in the league. It's some of the best fitting stuff I've ever had. Nice, loose, baggy, fits a big guy like me, and I appreciate it.
Brandon Noble, 7 years in the NFL, 8 years as a college coach. Definitely enjoyed wearing this stuff this week. It's nice and cool. It fits mutants like us pretty well, and it's nice and comfortable, and I appreciate it.
Bam!
Boomba!
Boomba gear.
Yeah, three fellas. Boomba gear. 1, 2, 3.
Boomba gear.
There we go.
Boomba.
North Henry, 41-6. Just 2.5 minutes left. And again, we're in a running clock situation. And unfortunately for Vineland, they can't handle the pigskin right now. It's been on the ground more than in their arms. They did get this one back apparently, but their feathers have been ruffled. It's been a learning lesson, but it's been a great journey for Vineland.
Yeah, nothing to be upset about. I mean, they're going to be upset. You should be upset. You lose a football game, you get this far. But this has been a great season. These kids are still playing football in mid-December. There's a lot of high schools that are, in fact, all high schools are done at this point. These guys are the last guys in America playing ball at this age. It's great.
Clock winding down. Again, nobody's going to stop it. You see we're inside of 1 minute. We're going to have quite a championship celebration for North Henry in just a moment. And of course, if you're Vineland, you want to run a play, at least you're going to try to get a play off. And out of the gun, they run it. And that result is certainly justified and coordinated. Another big hit out of that number 55, Karan Van Horn. And he, too, a candidate for our player of the game. He has been wonderful on defense. We will have a Shadow Man MVP. Whether Van Horn wins it or not, he's had a fabulous contest. It's all over. North Henry. The Tigers from Georgia are the national champions of the 7 and under Youth Title Championship. How wonderful it is for these young kids. There's 25, Jaquan Adams. He had a great game. They all sold out and all played admirably, and they're having fun.
They are, and that's what this is about, right? Football should be fun. It should be a good time, especially at this age. When you get older, it gets very, very serious. The more you play, the longer you play, the more serious it gets, the more it becomes like a job. This should be fun for those guys, and it is. You can tell those guys had a great time.
We got to pick a Shadow Man player of the game.
And this is a tough one. I'm gonna lean and look at that, and I don't know how much weight I pull around here. I'm probably the biggest guy sitting over here at the table, though. But I think.
Well, I know you told me you benched at 1,500 pounds.
I did. That was
so
a long
you make
time
the
ago.
decision.
I get to make
Nobody's
the decision.
No one's gonna quarrel with Brandon on that.
I think I'm gonna go with Billings. And when I say Billings, I mean both of the Billings boys. All right, Armani and Kamani Billings played an amazing football game tonight, and I think that they both deserve it. You could go a lot of different directions here, but those two guys did a great job. So we're going to give the Shadow Man Award for the most outstanding players of the game to Armani and Kamani players of the game. Billings, excuse me.
Yeah, and we give a shirt out, and they're brothers. They can share the shirt.
Well, I'm sure they do. They'll probably share all that other stuff. I know my boys share everything. So great job here. You see them finishing it.
That's Armani.
That's Armani Billings. Kamani Billings, they were all over the place. They got the ball all night. They played great defense. You saw them on defense. You saw them on offense. They were all over the place, and that's why they're the Shadow Man players of the game.
But there were a lot of candidates like Karan Van Horn. Of course, it's time for the belt presentation. This is what it's all about. You want that championship belt, and we're about to have that moment for North Henry. They're going to get the championship belt. It's like a boxing match, and you get the belt.
And it's a great trophy. I mean, those guys are going to take this home. Somebody puts it up on the wall. You know, it depends on the organization, right? But some places have kind of a wall at the facility to put it on.
All right, let's listen in to North Henry's belt celebration.
We're number 1 and number 0. We always win. We're number 1 in the world. Y'all better watch out for the mighty Tigers. Hey, y'all better watch out for the Tigers, y'all. We're number 1. Because if y'all don't win, y'all gonna get tapped.
Coach, come on up.
We get rings. Number 1 in the world. We get rings on the whole
What up, y'all? First off, fellas. Tigers, congratulations. That was an awesome game. Incredible game, guys. You true hearts of a champion out there. I would say on behalf of the Hall of Fame, congratulations. Coach, excellent job. Excellent job. Gentlemen, coaches, players, parents, I'd like to say congratulations on being the 7U National Champions. Coach, it is my duty, it is my honor, and it truly is a privilege to present to you the National Championship belt, Coach.
go. Stop. Number one in the whole nation. Number one team in the state. In the nation. Nobody can beat us.
Hold it up.
Hold it up. I'm pushing my hand. Shut up.
That's a great win by North Henry. Those kids earned that belt right there this season. Congratulations, fellas.
Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage of the 7 and under. Keep in mind, the Mighty Mites are coming up with North Philly and Millville in a few minutes. But we're going to say goodbye for now and remind everyone that the watch list for the 2018 season will be released on April 1st. Will your team be on it? You can nominate your team, and here's how you do it. You go to youthfootballchampionship.com for a chance to represent your city and to hoist what you just looked at, that National Youth Football Championship belt. On behalf of the Pro Football Hall of Fame National Youth Championship, I'm Randy Rosenbluth, and for Brandon Noble, saying so long from Massillon, Ohio, where North Henry is a 41-6 winner. Thanks for tuning in, and happy holidays. Really good on that.
That helps tremendously.
We'll be right back.